Hi, my name is Gina, and today's video topic will be what children know that we forget. So recently I've been trying to have a daily meditation practice. Some days that'll be guided, some days I'll just kind of sit and be quiet. And I've also been watching, within the past 6 years, but also more recently in the last few months, a lot of law of attraction, spirituality, quantum physics, sort of related videos. And one of the concepts that keeps coming up in my mind is, what do children tend to know or have innately that changes when we become adults and we grow and we're exposed to the world longer and essentially gain more past experiences to draw from, whereas children don't have that, so they're not constantly pulling thoughts from their past. Dr. Joe Dispenza talks about how we have, tens of thousands of thoughts a day, and 95% of them are the same. So essentially, we're just recreating the same day from past experiences. So children are less likely to do that, which is an excellent thing that we can talk about. But in thinking about the background for this video, I did a little bit of research just on childhood development, since I'm not a mother or anything yet. So I was looking at walking and talking primarily. So in the first year of life, children start, just sort of with the basic vowel sounds, and then they start to double up those sounds and eventually create words. By the time that they're 3, they have progressed to just talking all the time and asking questions of everything, everyone. There's just such a curiosity to learn from others. And also at this age, it's associated with having imaginary companions, which, interestingly enough, when you read into spirituality, this is where the talk of having and being in contact with spirit guides, angels, etc., tends to come into play. So there's this idea that children are very receptive to that, and then over time, as they're told and conditioned by others that that's ridiculous, they start to push that away, and then they're, it becomes a little bit harder to access, but you can if you want to when you get older. I thought of 4 main things to consider. So the first one I wrote down was that children are open-minded and have a curious nature, as in asking a bunch of questions, picking up random objects to the point of trying to put them in their mouth and almost choking. But that's the main thing, is that they're not conditioned yet by their environment to know that they should or shouldn't do something. So everything to them has this pure potential and emptiness, and they can create with it whatever they want, which is what we as spiritual beings have and do and should use. And over time, we just kind of forget that, and we draw on these past experiences, and we kind of store those memories. And the more that we associate with those thoughts and old memories, the more of the same reality we're going to create in front of us. So coming back to just looking at everything as it is in the present moment and not thinking about the past or the future. So that's another whole thing that children do, is they're really great at just embracing the present moment. I remember seeing my yoga teacher's son just play with the curtain string and having the best time, and you don't see adults doing that, you really don't. So that's number 1. Number 2, along with number 1, is to children, until they're told otherwise, there aren't any rules and anything is possible. Whatever they believe, they can create, can have. It's totally possible. And one of the other examples that I like to think of too, my favorite series growing up was the Santa Claus movies. And to me, that embodied the magic of Christmas, and I wish I could have that all year round, just having that storyline and believing in something that you can't see. So that's something that we as we're manifesting and creating our futures that we want, we have to believe what we're not seeing, because it's happening in a higher dimension, a higher reality, and it just hasn't manifested in the 3D reality because it takes more time to do that. Number 3 is that children have more fun overall and less stress. And honestly, that one could say that's due to their environment, but that would be placing the blame on everything outside of us, and ultimately everything that we see outside of us first comes within us. So having this fun, carefree state of mind, they're easily able to think of things or imagine things and then let it go, and it happens. So when I was younger, I loved doing coloring contests in the newspapers, and I would always do them and enjoy it so much and love it, and just kind of imagine getting a phone call or mail or something and winning these contests. Like, it wasn't something that I actively knew that I was doing, but I won tons of contests when I was younger. And then when I became an adolescent, it seemed like that just stopped. But really, the only thing that changed was my mindset, and not suddenly having doubt in myself and what I could achieve. And last one, number 4, imagination and daydreaming, which is really the whole foundation for all of this, for manifesting. So imagination, daydreaming, you are so caught up in the moment, in the thought that you've created, you are feeling the sensations, and you become that. So that's another thing that Dr. Joe Dispenza talks about, is combining these 3 parts of your brain. So the neocortex, the part that comes up with thought, the feeling brain, so to speak, which is the limbic system associated with emotions, and then the cerebellum, the being brain, essentially putting the thought and the feeling together to create this reality. So children are great at doing that, and to them, they say, when I grow up, I want to be an astronaut, and if they continue to pursue that and follow the inspired action to do that, they will very well become an astronaut. It's just how things happen to change throughout their life. So those are the 4 keys, that things that children know and that we as adults essentially come to forget or to push away, because we think that it's a little bit carefree and not as serious. And while it's good to be serious in the respect that you're mature and that you are aware of your actions and conscious of that, at the same time, having the mentality that anything is possible, everything has pure potential, there really aren't any rules to creation. We should just be creating for the better good, for a more loving future, really, and having fun with the whole process. Especially nowadays, when you get older and you learn about the law of attraction, sometimes you want something so badly that you lose the fun of the process, and you want to control how it comes to you and what package it is, and that's when you just build up complete resistance. So letting go of the how and just going with the flow. So thank you for watching my video today. Please leave your thoughts below, and if you have any other topics that you'd like to discuss, I can make a video on. Would love it. Many blessings to you. Namaste.